What would you guys do if I just didn't do like a little intro thing, or like had a lot of coffee and was like really wide on camera? Would it be weird? I feel like it'd be weird if I just was like, "Hello everyone," and but I was like, "What happened? Where did my intro go?" Just a little fun I had as I was getting ready today. Hello everyone! I am here today to share with you guys my updated spring foundation routine. I love this look. It is super glowy. It is very natural looking. I use a ton of products. It's definitely not what I do every single day, but it's something that I really enjoy doing when I want to have more of a full coverage foundation look, or my skin is just not acting the way I want it to. So, without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, let's start by getting my hair on my face. Pony jack. Check. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a primer. This is the only product that I've never used before, but I was kind of curious and I wanted to test it out. It's the Dermalogica Hydro Blur Primer. It's supposed to blur pores and fine lines, but hydrate and create some sort of a luminous finish. I don't know how you can mattify against oil, but also have a luminous finish to your skin. I don't know how it's possible. It sounds like wizardry. So I'm going to test this out and see if this actually works. It feels really nice on the skin, actually. I know I say this in every single video, but I really need a mirror in front of me. Alright, primer is on. So in terms of foundation, it kind of depends on what I'm doing that day. If I'm just going out and running errands and stuff and I want something that has light coverage, or I'm just having a really good skin day, I'll go in with the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion. I talked about this in my buy or buy, where I talk about all the different cushion foundations out there and the ones that I liked and I disliked. It's either this one or it's the Lancome Miracle Cushion. Those two are some of my favorites. So I'll go in with something like this. But I have some breakouts and some redness on my skin today, so we're going to go a little bit more full coverage. I'm going to mix the Becca Bathlight Priming Filter, which is a luminous finish primer. I tend to use it as of recently, mixing it with foundations because I find it just gives your skin this really beautiful luminous look, which I think looks really nice for the spring. And I mix it with the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops. And this is like an intense form of foundation. It is basically all pigment. These things can't be used on their own. They need to be mixed with something, so I'm mixing with this, so it's going to be higher coverage with sort of a luminous finish. So that's what I'm doing today. In case anyone's wondering, I am in the shade N20. I'm going to put some of the drops onto my hand, and then I'm going to do a squirt of the Becca Bathlight Primer, mix it all together, and then to spread it on the skin, I'm going to use a damp beauty blender. I really like to use these. I've always pulled this out in the spring and summer because it just gives my skin this beautiful, fresh finish. So even if I want to do a more full coverage foundation like this one, it still gives it a very natural look. I'm going to pat it into the skin. I love the way that this foundation looks on the skin, and this combination to me is just, it's so beautiful, and it makes your skin look so fresh and dewy and glowy and beautiful. It's really hard to talk and do this at the same time. Now for the under eyes, where I have giant black under eye circles. I'm diagnosing them. And so I'm going to use the First Aid Beauty Eye Duty Triple Remedy, which instantly brightens, depuffs, and smooths the under eyes area. I really like this because it has a salmon tone to it, so it counteracts a lot of the dark circles that I'm experiencing right now. So usually what I'll do is I'll put a blob onto my finger, and then I'll put it onto the little applicator thing, and then I will smooth it under the eyes, especially if I'm experiencing any sort of puffiness under the eyes. This is just going to cool it, and also apply the product at the same time, which is awesome. And then sometimes, like today, we need a double coat, and we're going to use our fingers. I like to also apply the product right up into like the sides of the nose here, because I find it gets very dark around here. So getting all the way up there and then all the way down is going to make a huge difference. You can already tell like my under eye circles are just slightly diminished and they look a little bit brighter under the eyes, so that's awesome. And I'm going to go in with my favorite concealer of the moment. That's the L'Oreal Visible Lift Blur Concealer. This stuff is awesome. It has really high coverage, but it's not too cakey either, so it's really, really good. I'm going to use my fingers to apply it in sort of like a triangle shape. I try not to apply too much product under my eyes because I don't want it to get really crepey and really cakey and sit in any fine lines or anything like that. So I want it to be pretty sparse, just enough to give me the coverage that I'm looking for. And then I'm going to apply some to the side of my nose, and then to this lovely zip that just appeared. Then I'm just going to go back and forth under the eyes and just blend it all out. If you have any spots, I find the best thing to do is to apply really, really light layers, and then just add another layer, blend, another layer, blend. Versus taking like a giant thing of concealer and like slapping it on your face, it's just going to look like you have a giant mountain of concealer on your face. And then once you're happy with the coverage, then you're going to go in with a setting powder to set everything so it doesn't cake up on your face. Set eyes just because it, I don't know, it just settles really nicely. It brightens the under eye area. It just is really, really beautiful. So I'm going to tap a little into the lid here. I'm going to brush it under the eyes. And then for the rest of my face, I'm going to use the Bourjois Healthy Balance Matte pressed powder. And I really, really like this one. I think it's just a beautiful finish. It's not too mattifying. It gives sort of like a satin matte finish, which is really beautiful on the skin. And then I'm going to focus on setting just the T-zone area where I tend to get the most oily, and also any sort of acne spot. I don't want to apply powder all over my face because it's just going to look really, I don't know, powdery and gross and cakey. It's just going to look too much. So I just want to focus it on the areas that I actually need it and apply a really, really light layer. Now onto bronzer. I'm just going to add a little bit of bronzer. I'm not going to do the whole contour thing today. I'm just going to do some bronzer and some blush. Keep it simple, if you could call this simple. I'm going to be applying the CoverGirl True Blend bronzer. I really like this. It adds a little bit of a slight luminosity to the skin, not a ton, but it's definitely not, this is not for contour. Don't do it. I'm going to take a big fluffy brush. This is actually the IT Cosmetics brush. I don't even know what this is. Airbrush powder and bronzer. I'm just going to apply it to the outside of the face, a little bit onto the cheekbones, a little bit along the jawline. I just want to add a little bit of warmth to the skin. Make sure you're just adding it sort of to the outskirts of the face. You want to keep this area really light because otherwise your face is just going to look really, really muddy. And now on to blush, and I'm going to use one of my favorites right now. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Blush, and this is in medium rose, and I've talked about this at length. I love it. It just gives a really nice luminous finish to the skin. It looks gorgeous. I like to apply my blush in sort of a circular motion when I'm applying it to the skin. I just find that it looks the most natural. It looks nice and flushed. It doesn't look too streaky on the skin, especially because I'm on the paler side. And I like to blend it back into the hairline and a little bit up into the temples just by the eyebrows. And then last but not least, we are going in with highlighter, and this is one of my favorites right now. I love it. It's by Ofra, and it's the You Glow Girl highlighter. It is so beautiful. I love it so much. It's a very frosty, sort of a shell pink, much more on the cooler tones. I actually use it on the inner corner sometimes, on the lid. It just so nice. It is a very, very strong highlight though, so if you don't like this look, you would not go for this one in particular, but I